Here we are. That's us, right? Okay. Well, cool. We'll just get started then. I am going to kick us off, and then we are going to do some freaking training today. Synergy style. Synergy's our team. We keep things simple. We don't overthink things. We like stick to simple stuff that really, really works. So that's what we're going to go into tonight, is like the stuff that really works without the fluff. Not that we ever do fluff, but we're just not going to do any of that. We're going to just give you exactly what works. Do you guys love that? Like, how many of you are new or seasoned and you feel like, oh yes, just tell me what to do without any, like, we don't do anything except for what really moves the needle and what brings joy, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christy Jex. I'm a Diamond Ambassador with PLEXUS. I've been with this company for 3.5, coming up on 4 years in March. And this has completely changed everything for our family, health-wise, financially, everything. It has been a game changer, and I don't overstate that. I'll tell you a little bit about that as we get into the training, but I'm so excited to welcome you all to our Synergy Connection Zoom tonight. Typically, we do book club as well, but we just really wanted to take the time that we have tonight to dig in to teach you brand new people and people that are seasoned that maybe have forgotten the basics, right? Maybe you get stuck in overcomplicating things. We just felt really strongly that we wanted to spend every minute that we can with you tonight, pouring into you and training you. We have so many new people on this team right now. Like, can I get a whoop whoop? We have so many new people. Like, everyone has new people sharing. We have new silvers. We had ridiculous rank ups in November. Like, ridiculous. I have chills head to toe. So many of you are moving the needle. You're changing lives. And we have amazing things happening. So our intuition as leaders says, oh, let's gather everyone and do some training to help you keep it simple, help you keep it effective so that you can be mom and wife and self-care and a rockin' businesswoman, changing a lot of lives. That's what we're all about. So to get us started, we're gonna do some shout outs because we love to recognize people who are showing up and accomplishing great things, both results-wise and maybe just action-wise. It depends on kind of what's happening, but we want to shout some people out. So Kimberly, will you go first? Give your shout out.
Yes, I do not see her on the call right now, but I wanted to shout out Katie Tucker. I have just seen a huge change in her leadership. She is leveling up. She has a team that's on fire. I have loved watching her just step into the leadership role. But the thing that I'm most impressed about is she doesn't get stuck on managing her team. She is doing the work too. Because sometimes when you start to get a team, you start to like multi-manage everybody and you forget to do your own work. And the one thing I love about Katie is she is always doing the work. That girl is consistent, and because she's consistent, her team is consistent, because when you lead by example, that's the way your team will follow. So that's my shout out.
Oh my gosh, I love that, and I have chills. That's so true. Okay, anybody else? Just if you have someone who's killing it on your team, ooh, Jenna, do it, get it.
Oh. You're on mute.
We want to hear you and always.
Can you hear me? Sorry. Lacey Blake, doing awesome. She just fast start silver
whoop, whoop.
In the last week. So that was awesome. And Rachel Garner. It is just so fun to have ladies who are excited about this, who want to do this with me, and they're doing awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And didn't Rachel double rank?
She did. She went super silver and gold in November.
Oh my gosh.
It was
Lacey,
awesome.
You guys are amazing. We just had a fun girls' night out call. Didn't it feel like a girls' night more than like a business call? The other night we were having so much fun and they just are killing it. Like, what a blast. I love that. So Laura Sutton, if you can talk, we'd love to hear from you when you're available. My shout out goes to my beautiful bestie down in Southern Utah named Sammy Stewart. Guys, look at this girl. She's so beautiful inside and out. And this woman fast started silver and then has enrolled a couple people since then and has so many seeds planted. We're talking to people every day. Like that girl is doing the work and it is so awesome. But most importantly, her heart is in the right place. She really does want to help people. That's what's firing her up. And she is gonna really do big things because she has such a beautiful heart and she's so good at relationships. That's what I said the other day. She really cares about people. So people trust her. Like it is amazing to watch. So Sammy Stewart, shout out to you, girl. You're amazing. And I love doing this with you. So there's that. Lara, are you ready?
Sure. I don't know. I don't think Mel is on here, but I am going to shout out Melanie this month. She just has been killing it. Her mindset, everything else. She's showing up, and she had her highest points ever last month in the last year of doing it. And she's pushing for senior gold in Kona this month. And I don't know. I'm super excited with her. She's just showing up awesome.
Oh, I love that. I love Mel. She's amazing. Anybody else have a shout out they want to give for somebody on their team? I want to shout out someone else too. Is that okay?
I do
Annette
too.
Anderson, freak.
Amen.
I'm like, wait a minute, wait. Annette. Okay, this woman, guys, she's dealt with some disappointment. How many of you know that like people that are like, I'm going to do this with you. We're going to be diamonds. Sometimes they just disappear and you're like, wait, what? Where are you? I thought we were going to do this together. Guys, that happens. And Annette has experienced that and still freaking slayed it last month. She enrolled how many people? Like her team added tons of people. She helped like 3 people go silver. Hey, Cameron, you cute girl. And then she also had her highest points ever and is like literally a breath away from Ruby. So Annette, I'm so proud of you, like on our coaching calls and just seeing her light and her leadership level up, like, oh, it's so inspiring and it gives me chills. I'm so proud of you. And this is just the beginning. So
thank you. Literally a breath away. I have 4 enrollments that came in within minutes.
Oh,
I would have been over. 12 short.
Oh, that hurt a little bit. Maybe we should have we reached out to see
I'm needing some help there.
Yeah, okay. I think that's worth a try to see if it's close enough, if it would work. We'll
talk later.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you.
But everybody on this team, Kimberly, were you going to say something or did I steal your Annette?
I actually was going to talk about Annette, so I concur 100%. And you know what's so amazing, guys, is she could literally be crawling under a rock right now and being pissed and upset and sad, right? Like it's easy to do that. And she is still working her tail off. So I'm so impressed with you, Annette. I just wanted to congratulate Nicole Jones ranked Ruby, and then Jessica Halls ranked senior gold. So that was fun this week too.
And Jenna.
Oh, and Jenna, yes. Shout you out. Oh, Chris just hold on so she could, sorry. There you are, Chris.
Oh, yay. Okay, Chris, do you have shout outs?
Oh, okay. I'm not muted. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, of course. Jenna, amazing Jenna and her team is Rachel and Lexion. Sorry, I don't know who's on here, but oh my gosh. Lacey, hi, I see you. You guys did so good. It's so awesome. And then I want to shout out to Melody. She is working and her heart is so in this game, and it's so fun to see her desires in her heart. And so you put it all together and it's just super, super exciting. So yes, I wanted to shout out to all of those guys.
I love it, Chris. Okay, honestly, I am not overstating this. Like, you guys know I get excited about stuff. Like, if you know me, you know I get excited. That's just me. I am not being Christy about this. Like, November was incredible. Like, I really want you to know for a lot of reasons, but the biggest reason I see, I see you taking ownership. You're not waiting for your upline to do something. You're not looking around going, oh, who's going to help me do this? You're just freaking making it happen. You're digging in, you're taking the simple steps and you're doing it. And guess what? The results are showing that. It is so inspiring. Literally, this team is just in so much momentum and changing so many lives. And it is so awesome to be a part of. So every one of you on this call deserves a huge shout out, because I'm looking at your names, like all of you have had amazing things. Like, I'm not overstating it. I look at every single name. Every one of you has done something awesome this last month. So huge shout out to Synergy. We are killing it, changing lives, and it's so awesome to be a part of it. So with that being said, book club is next. So we are going to do Rock Your Network Marketing by Sarah Rockin' Robbins. You'll hear her say her name like that. You might like it, you might not, whatever. Sarah Rockin' Robbins. She writes the book Rock Your Network Marketing Business, and she is like a 7-figure earner in this industry. And I love her approach. Because we have so many of you that are new, we want to give you the tools to be successful. How many of you newbies appreciate, like, let's do the basics. Let's tailor it to the basics. And guess what? The good news is I'm not a newbie, and this is exactly what I need as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start next week with our first book club chat. I'm imagining chapter 1 and 2, but I need to confirm that for sure. So we won't be doing this call on, obviously, Christmas Eve, 24th. We're not doing this call. New Year's Eve is the 31st, a Tuesday. We're not going to do it then either. So we're going to do the next couple weeks, and then we'll take those weeks off. I would love to somehow connect, but it's Christmas, and I want you to be with your families, and I'm going to be with my family. So we are going to bust it until then. To start our training, you guys, I want to talk to you really quick. I want you to take notes tonight. We literally narrowed it down to like a few bullet points so that we can nail the basics. So I want to talk to you about the things that really move the needle. And I get to talk about first, your why. I feel like a broken record because I feel like we talk about this all the time. And especially me, I'm big on it because there's a huge component of your why that is, how do you say it? How many of you like know that there is a force, manifestation, like there is a force that whether you believe it's working or not, it's working. It's kind of like gravity. You're like, oh, I'm going to drop this chapstick, but I don't believe gravity works. So when I drop it, it's not going to fall. Guys, it's a force, right? When you are manifesting things and you are speaking truth and speaking things into existence, it will eventually come into your space. So there's a lot of that with getting your why. There's a lot of things that will help you stay fired up about this business when you have a crystal clear why. So what is a why? A why is something that will help to propel you into action when you feel defeated, like Annette. That is something I have noticed about her. We talked on her call about what the heck is your why? And she got kind of emotional. She shared this a little bit on the stage when she was training us last month. But she has a crystal clear why. And guess what, you guys? She didn't have that before, okay? She has revamped her why and she's crystal clear on it. So now when she goes to do the work and she has these disappointments, with which she most certainly has had disappointments, her why is so crystal clear and she sees it so clear that it propels her into action, right? Because are we all in agreement and aware there will be disappointments? Did I just like burst your bubble? This is a business. We are entrepreneurs. When you are a businesswoman and when you are an entrepreneur, you must have thick skin. Did you guys know that? It's because there will be disappointments. There will, okay? So if you are expecting that and you know that's coming, but you are amply prepared with a really solid why. You know exactly why you're doing this. You know exactly what you want to create. And I want to ask you a few questions to help prompt you into getting a deep why. There's a why sheet. If you go to Synergy PLEXUS Builders, you click Units, and then 1, Beginner's Guide to Sharing PLEXUS, Unit 1. Print out those sheets. There's a few really great resources that you will love, okay? One of them is a why sheet. If you go through and fill that out, you're going to be crystal clear. And that sheet was created intentionally. And there's things woven into there that if you do them, you will be working with yourself and with that law of manifestation to bring these things into your space, okay? So trust me, do the why sheet, but I want to ask you a few questions. When you think about why you're doing this, I want you to think, for me personally, I was completely committed to make this a win, 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 right? Has to be a win for my customers. We get to change lives. We're not selling lipstick. I love lipstick, but we are selling products that legitimately change people's quality of life, and it matters eternally. It doesn't just matter for this life. What we're selling matters eternally, okay? So for me, I was like, this is a win for my customers. This is a win for me because PLEXUS is so generous with their bonuses, with their compensation, okay? And then it's a win for my family because we sat down and we had a conversation. I said, guys, I feel like we are gonna do this. I know God wants me to do this. I know that this is what our path is. Are we on board? Like, this is what I see for you. I wanna stop worrying about money. Are you guys sick and tired of us worrying about money? And the kids are like, yeah, I wanna go to Disneyland. I'm like, well, that's great. I want to go to Disneyland, but first, I want to not feel guilty about buying groceries. For hell's sakes, like I want to not worry about money anymore, right? And that was where we were. Like we were very much in a position where we were working our butts off. I was doing hair, doing these 14-hour days. James was working his butt off, and we still felt like we were struggling financially. That is ridiculous. So it was a win-win-win is the point, right? And then the other part of this is, I'm going to get personal about my why. My why was I saw the vision of taking money off of the plate forever for our family. Concerns about money, gone. I want you to think to yourself, if money was no longer a concern at all, no worries about money. I am not talking about a Louis Vuitton. Maybe that is exciting to you, and if that is, there's no shame. You love your Louis. There's plenty of that in PLEXUS land. Lots of people love their Louis, and that's great. If that's what moves the needle for you, awesome. Write it down. But what I'm talking about is taking the concerns about money completely out of your life. What would you do? Where would you live? Who would you serve? How would you show up differently for your family? Oh, I'm getting emotional. How would you show up differently for your spouse? What kind of a mom would you be? What kind of things would you be saying or not saying, right? If you didn't ever have to worry about money ever, and you were able to give. I want you to just dream for a minute, because you guys, dreams really come true. Guess what? Like, we are literally living the life of our dreams. Does it mean that there's like no stress in life? No, tomorrow's therapy day for me. I'm gonna go work through some stuff, because life is not perfect when you hit diamond. But guess what? We are living our dream life. Life is 50-50. There's always good stuff. There's always hard stuff. That's just life. No matter how much money you have, no matter what achievements you get, no matter what your house is like or whatever, it's always 50-50. But we are able to live our dream life. My kids get to have a mom and a dad that aren't stressed, right? We get to focus on them. We get to have our dinners every single night, and we have these rituals that we do. Like, we get to take our kids on fun trips. We get to build this dream house of ours. We get to like not worry about money, and it is such a blessing. We get to give. I love to give, and we get to do those things. So with that being said, I want you to dream. I want you to write, what is it that I want for my family? Maybe you just want time. Maybe you have all the money in the world and you just want more time. Maybe you want fulfillment. Maybe you feel like, gosh, I know there's more in my life than this. Maybe you want to go on trips. Maybe you want to get out of debt. What is it for you? Write it. I want you to write some things that come to your mind right now, and I want you to expound upon those things and tune up that why every single month so that you can have a fresh why that keeps propelling you into action, because that is the secret, okay? All right, Kimberly, are you ready, beautiful?
I am ready. Okay, you guys, so just to go along with Christy, when I started these products, so I am Kimberly Greening. For those that don't know me, I'm an Emerald Ambassador, shooting for Sapphire in the next couple months. Super excited about that. But when I started these products 3.5 years ago, I was a single mom, sole provider of my 2 boys. I'm a nurse practitioner, so I have a good career, but I had picked up an extra job because I liked the lifestyle that we were living, And so I took time away from my family. And so when I got my first little income check from PLEXUS, I looked at the compensation plan because I did not mean to start this business at all. And like Christy said, that was the first time in a long time I was able to dream. Because even though I have that degree, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was the sole provider for my boys. I had some devastating financial things happen about 6 months before. And when I finally saw like maybe there was hope through this company, it changed my world. And I got clear on my why. And of course that why has evolved over the last couple of years, but that is what is going to drive you on the days you don't want to work. And that's the thing that you're going to go back to when you look at it on your mirror, and you're going to be like, this is why I'm doing that. Whether it's to get your products paid for, whether it's to make $10,000 a month, or whether it's just being light to people and bringing happiness to people, whatever your why is, that's what's going to drive you. So I just, it was pretty cool. The situation I was in, like literally that was the first time in my adult life, I really was like, I think this has potential. Like, I think this can go somewhere. So just like Christy, I truly believe that why is super, super important. Okay, so this is the deal. For those of you who are brand new, we like to make lists. And for those of you who have been doing this for a while, we like to make lists. So I am going to really throw a challenge out for you tonight and encourage you to make a list, whether you're new or old at this, a fresh list. So when I talk about a list, I'm talking about people. And for the people that are new, you can start off with a small list, but make a list of people. We usually say like 20 to 40 people, and think about those people. Like if you're going to do 20, think about 10 people that are your easiest people, the 10 people, your friends or your family, whoever is that is closest to you, that you could say, hey, I'm doing this, do it with me. And they jump on and do the supplements with you. And then think about 10 to 20 people who are the best people. And we talk about the best people, the people that either need the business, because we know that 90% of people live paycheck to paycheck. I think it's like 78%, but $500 is life-changing for them. Paying their mortgage is life-changing for them. So who could use this business and who could use the products? So when you start making your list, those are some of the things that you want to look for. When and Christy was the same way, when we decided to like draw our line, or, draw our name in the sand and be like, I am doing this, we both went gung-ho. And my first week, I messaged probably 150 people. I saw that vision and I was like, I'm doing this. I am like jumping in. And so I think as time has gone on, a lot of times we forget those lists. And even though you may have talked to those people in the past, it's time to circle back around for those of you that have done this. Your list, you will never run out of people, because we have something that every single person needs. So when you start talking about, I don't have enough people, or I ran out of my list, that scarcity mentality, you will never run out. Anyone that has a gut needs these products, right? So you can also go to Synergy Plexus Builders, and on that left-hand side is that units. Christy and I try to make this simple, because really our number one priority is our family. So we want you to be able to spend as much time with whoever you want to spend, or whatever you're doing. And so that units tab on that left-hand side, that first unit is your why, and your second little tab, it's a Google document that you can print off, and you can put your list there. But that is the thing that we really want you to do first, is that list, because then you have a whole bunch of people you can start messaging. There's no excuses when you can visually see that list. You want to just remember that you're always going to be adding to the list. This business is about relationship building. So it doesn't matter if you're going to the post office, the grocery store, getting gas, you're at school with your kids. There is always someone around you that has a gut. There is someone that needs these products. And so, yeah, sometimes you have to like stretch yourself. And sometimes I don't want to stretch myself and I don't want to talk to people, but I try to remember that like I have light for people. You know what I mean? I remember when my world was dark and I was exhausted and I was addicted to sleeping medication and addicted to Diet Coke. And I had to take naps every single day. I couldn't show up as a mom. It was dark for me. And I was so grateful that Christy was that light for me. And so just remember that you are a light to others. Like that is exactly what you are. And sometimes when it seems dark, really you are the one that is propelling that light in this world. So write your list. Remember that this is all about relationships. And that's it for lists. And sorry, I have this little cold, so my voice is cracking the longer I go into this day. So forgive me.
It's sexy. We like it. It's like coffee voice, right? It's beautiful. Thank you, Kimberly. I love that. So I was thinking as I was talking about the why, do you guys want to know what my why is now? Because I talk a lot about like the beginning and that's cool, but who wants to know? Like, I don't see any responses. Sammy wants to know, Kimberly, Lacey. Okay. You know, I need your like energy, right? That feeds me. My why, and I'll tell you, like when I hit Sapphire, I went through some stuff that helped, like I had to leadership level up in a big way. And part of that was redefining my why, but not in like a way that I could do in 15 or 20 minutes. Like I had to really dig deep and like overcome some mindset stuff around scarcity. Like, isn't it enough? Like, do I really have to be a diamond? Like, can't I just, this is a really great income. Like, I don't need all that money, right? It was kind of the scarcity. And my why was small and it was arrows in. Like, it was about me and my family. But I'll tell you, and I have chills and I'm super going to get emotional. That's kind of why I avoid it sometimes, because I don't want to be a boobing idiot all the time, just sometimes. But my why, and I talked to Kimberly about this, is I know so many people are financially sick. How many of you have ever experienced being financially ill or sick, where you are totally crippled because you have so much financial stress? How many of you know someone who's financially sick or ill, who is crippled by their finances? Okay. I started to shift and realize that you beautiful people on my team, like this isn't big. I'm thinking you. Like I can see your faces. I can see you. I know you. I know your hearts. Like I look at Chris. I know her why. I know Kimberly's why. I know Jenna's why. I know Nancy's why. I know Melody's. I know Kim's. I know all of your whys. I know Lara's. I know Chantel's. I know Nicole's. I know all your whys. It's important to me what your why is. And I knew that I had to show the freak up so I could help you get your why. That is my why now. Do you know that? My why is to set as many people free as possible on this team. I didn't know Sammy was going to do PLEXUS before I created that why. I honestly didn't know that. I was like, the people on my team that are looking to me to lead them, they need financial freedom, not just for their families, but because this world needs more people that have a lot of freaking money so they can do a lot of freaking good. That is my why. That's what makes me sit down and do stuff I don't want to do. And I frankly don't have to do at this point. That's what keeps me showing up, because I am committed to create dozens and dozens and dozens and hundreds of jewels on this team that are six-figure earners that have a lot of money so that their families can experience abundance and so that they can give and they can be the good with money. Because you can do a lot of good in this world when you have money. And if your arrows are pointing in and all you're worrying about is your own self and your own family, you are limited. How many of you agree with that? So for me, that is my why. I am so clear. I have a Post-it note on the wall that is like, who am I going to help set financially free? Like, this is my thing. So I can put a lot of money in these beautiful women's pockets so that they can do a lot of good. And they can create these communities that lift people. And they can create this good. That is my why. Okay, so we'll move on, but I had to share that because that's important. You guys, like, that is literally what my why is. Like, of course, I love abundance. I'm open to that. And I know that that is part of the law of abundance. I'm totally open to that. But it's so much bigger than that. And I am very clear on that. And that's what drives me at this point. Okay, going silver. So you wrote down your why. You wrote down make a list, right? Write down how to go silver. Okay, Kimberly touched on this. Make that list of 10 people who are your closest, I call them trenchy friends. Those ones that you could call and be like, let's go to Target. Like, I just need to get out of the house, right? Or those people that you're like, let's go to a movie, or that you can have a conversation with and you haven't talked to in a year and you just pick up where you left off. Like, those are trenchy friends, the ones in the trenches of life with you. Talk to those people first because they love you. They trust you. They want to like do what you're doing. So that's who you're going to talk to go silver. Now, does that always work where your trenchy friends do this with you? No. My trenchy friends, a lot of them still don't do this with me. It's funny, and that's okay. Like, they will come around or they won't. Kimberly's one of my trenchy friends that decided to do this with me, and she was my dream teamer, to be straight up with you. Like, she totally was. And I didn't like come off like I need you, but I knew that eventually if I was unconditionally loving and I just like showed up, that she'd come along. So here she is. But I want you to know, like, most of my trenchy friends are not involved with PLEXUS, okay? So don't be discouraged. If you talk to your trenchies and you talk to your 10 people and they don't respond yet or ignore you. I don't like ignore because we don't know the end of the story. They just haven't responded yet, right? Maybe they won't. That's okay. Keep going. Like Kimberly said, keep reaching out to people. Guys, this is a numbers game. This is a numbers game. What if I told you that I gave you a bowl full of pennies, okay? Like heavy pennies. And I told you, if you can find 3 1981 pennies in that bowl, I'll give you $500, okay? Would you be like, oh, that one's a 71. I wonder if it could be an 81. Like, would you like sit there and take your time? Or would you just pour out the bowl and be like, okay, here we go. Let's just sort. When you're going silver, you're sorting, okay? You're not sorting your friends. That's not a thing because we love everyone. You're sorting their responses, okay? So there's going to be a certain percentage of people that say, oh, that's so cute. I'm not going to do it. Like, I don't need PLEXUS. Okay, put them over here. A lot of those people come around. Some of them don't, and that's okay. Then there's going to be a percentage of people that say, is it 9:37? Okay, good. There's going to be a percentage of people that say, no, not for me, okay? And you say, I love you anyway. This doesn't change our relationship. We are still friends. Then there's going to be a percentage of people that say, oh, I'd love to do that. Talk to me in a month. And then they put you off and put you off and put you off. That's okay. That's part of the percentages. Then there's going to be a percentage of people that say, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Thank you for reaching out to me. Sign me up right now. Guys, it is a numbers game, okay? So synergy, we talk about simple. If you want to keep this as simple as possible, increase the amount of people you're talking to, okay? Just like Kimberly said, she went gangbusters. I remember that. She messaged like 150 people. I did the same thing because when you understand that it's not about you, first of all, it's not personal. It is a numbers game. You are genuine. I don't say that to make it sound like people are a number. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you genuinely reach out to more people. You will get more people that are ready. Period. End of story. So with silver, there's a bunch of different ways to talk to people about PLEXUS. And the best news ever, you guys, is whatever your personality is, you will have to be uncomfortable. I had sweat tacos for like 2.5 years. I haven't had sweat tacos for maybe a year, okay? Because I'm comfortable with the uncomfortable. It took me 2.5 years of being out of my comfort zone to get comfortable with it. So yes, you're going to be uncomfortable. That's good news. Good things happen outside of your comfort zone. Did you guys know that? Yes, it's cozy there in your comfort zone, but growth happens outside of your comfort zone. You're going to stretch it a little bit at a time. And then before you know it, you're going to be doing things that are super uncomfortable. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, I don't have sweat tacos anymore. Like, I don't get nervous when I talk to people, right? That will happen. But there are ways to do this. What works well for one person might not be as effective for someone else. The bottom line is you want to talk to people and find out if they are interested in learning about PLEXUS. That's it. Write that on your paper. You want to know how to go silver? Talk to people, find out if they are interested in learning about PLEXUS. That's what you do. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do that, and we're going to touch on them. But here's, just write these things down so that you have the options. Talk to people face to face and say, hey, I am trying this supplement, or I'm taking these supplements that I'm loving. Are you interested in learning about it? Or is it something you're open to learn about? It's as simple as that. That's what Sammy's done. She's done 100% of everything face to face, 100%. And she's moving the needle in a big way because that's her. That's her genuine way of being. Kimberly is incredible at posting. She puts a post up, and in the beginning, people would be like flocking to sign up. Like, that's what works for her, right? And you have to kind of figure out what is genuine for you, and you kind of have to try all the things, right? If you want to get big results, you kind of want to try all the different avenues, because I'll tell you, what works for you is great, but you have a lot of different friends that they have a lot of different ways of communicating. Does that make sense? So you might have a friend that would never reach out or like talk to you in person about it, but they would see a post and be like, okay, I'm going to reach out and let her know that I want to learn more. Or maybe someone that you message is like, I've been waiting for you to message me. Like, I was so nervous to reach out to you. So maybe they're more comfortable with you reaching out to them. Maybe you do a virtual What is PLEXUS event. It's very simple. You invite people to come be on a Zoom like this. You invite an expert, your sponsor, to come explain their story and about the products. Very simple, pretty quick. People either want to learn more or they don't. We're sorting, right? So getting to silver is nothing more than asking people if they would like to learn more. Okay? The avenues are sip and seize, face to face. Face to face is king. Nothing will ever trump face to face. But we're so blessed that we get to do this on social media, and we can move the needle that way as well. Posting is a great way to reach a big audience with a short time frame in like one post, right? So face to face, sip and seize, reaching out, and we're going to talk about that. I mean, what live videos? You can do live videos. You can meet new people through social media channels. There's a million ways to do this. But the bottom line is what? How do you go silver? You ask people if they're interested in learning more, right? And you utilize the channels, face-to-face, on the phone, messenger, text, sip and seize, virtual sip and seize, posting. But we have so many ways to do that thing. Ask people if they're interested in learning more. So you get that bucket of pennies. If you want to go silver, if you want to help someone go silver, it's as simple as the same shiz. Hey, I'm going to help you go silver. We're going to talk to some people and see if they're interested in learning more. It's simple, you guys. Get that bucket, tip it upside down, and sort. Don't get hung up on one penny that doesn't say 1981. Move on, right? We don't make it about us. We love everyone, no matter what they say. But we're just sorting responses and finding those people that say, heck yes, I want it now. And then everyone else, they're in our funnel. We've planted the seeds, and we just keep watering those seeds, and we keep following up and keep being nice, keep being a good person, and we keep educating and throwing out little tips of education. And eventually people will make themselves known. They'll either say, yes, I love this, or yeah, it's not for me. And you say, I love you either way. Mwah! That's it. Like, that is it. Okay, so helping people go silver, we demystify it. We ask people if they're open to learning more, and we talk to a lot of people, and you will go silver. You want better results? Increase the amount of people you're talking to, period. That's it. Kimberly, take it away.
Amen. And guess what? Do you guys think when Christy approached me in my pediatric office, hey, I've started these supplements, do you want to do it with me? Do you think I just jumped right on board? No, I didn't. I watched her for about 3 months, and every time she came into the office, I would see that something else had changed. And finally, I was desperate enough that I gave in and I tried these supplements. You need to remember that it takes an average of 7 to 12 taps of like reaching out to people, doing follow-ups with them, sending some educational video, having them see a post and remember, oh, I have migraines. She just posted on migraines. Like it takes an average of 7 to 12 times for people to jump on board to buy anything, whether it's supplements, a car. So just know that like, if someone says no to you, that's okay. I said no to Christy, like, I don't know, a few times. And finally, when I was desperate enough, when it was my season, I was like, holy crap, sign me up. I'm miserable. I need these products. So just remember that like you might get no's and lots of no's because you're just sorting through those pennies. You're not finding that 1981 penny. But the more you sort, you will get some yeses. And the more that you like educate people and talk to people, you'll get yeses. And one of those ways that you can really help with getting this out there is through social media. And so I just want to talk a little bit about doing some posts. How many of you, especially I feel like when you first start and you don't realize, like I feel like we've all been exposed to MLMs and we've all been exposed to people that kind of do it the wrong way and rub us the wrong way, right? And the thing that we don't want to be are those people. I don't want to be that sales girl. That's not who I am. I do not want to be that girl. But for me, when I started feeling better with these products, I realized that there had to be a lot of education for people to jump on board. And so one of my favorite ways to share through social media is educating people, educating them about their bodies and like what to, what causes depression, what are the root causes of our issues. And so when you think about posting, you don't have to be that sales girl. What you do have to be is you. You need to be genuine. You need to be yourself. In the PLEXUS community, you can really take any post you want and copy and paste it. But one thing I would encourage is don't do graphics. Don't do a picture of the bio cleanse. People will scam right through that. That's not interesting. But if you do a picture with you and the bio cleanse, I know it sounds cheesy, but it really does draw attention because people follow you because they love you. They trust you. They're interested in your life. And so when you post pictures with your kids running around and you're on the ground with your pink drink and that's what's saving you, those are the things that you can post about. And that's just you being you, right? So you do not have to use the word plexus when you're posting. Not very often do I use the word plexus. I'll talk about my supplements. I'll talk about my vitamins. I'll talk about the changes I've made in my daily routine. I'll talk about happy pills or whatever it is, but I don't very often bring up plexus because when people see that, for some reason, it just, I don't know if it scares people or it turns them off, but if you can do it in a genuine way and not vomit plexus on people, it makes a huge difference. When you're posting, it's really important that you have some personal posts too. The people that are following you right now, you're bringing value to their life. So whatever you've done in the past, that's why they still follow you. So they still want to see what you're doing. They want to see what your kids are doing. They want to see how your dogs are doing. They want to see the baseball games that you go to. So we always want to incorporate plexus, but you want to sprinkle it in. You don't want to just have 50,000 plexus posts because that turns people off. They are there to follow you and to see what's going on in your life and the changes that are happening in your life, the happiness that they're seeing with you, the weight loss that you've had, or that you're not struggling with migraines anymore. Those are the things that you can sprinkle in and they don't even realize that that's what you're doing is sprinkling in plexus. You can share your testimony. If you don't have a testimony yet of the products, share your sponsor's testimony. Or get out there and find some testimonies. I always like, if I see people posting about their migraines or about their IBS symptoms, I'll start talking to them on their posts. And then I'll do a post about migraines. And wouldn't you know, a lot of times they see those posts. They may not comment, but they see those posts because that's the way the algorithms work. So, like I said, I like to educate people. Bringing value to people's lives is really important. And then just making sure that you post your personal stuff, sprinkle in plexus, be you, be genuine. Make sure that if you're copying a post, make sure that you actually word it in the way that you would speak, not the way that Christy would speak, or that I would speak, or that Melissa would speak, but the way that you would speak, because people know when you're not being genuine. So that's kind of my snippet on posting, and just make sure you're consistent with it. Make sure you're doing some stories, even if it's like just, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Should I buy milk or eggs? Like literally do some polls, like do some, I mean, you can do questions, like just getting people involved in your life is really what is going to draw them, and they'll see your changes, and you'll have success.
I love it, Kimberly. And you know what? I want to give you a little bit of love. She told me a few months ago, like, I don't know why it scares me so bad to like turn my camera around and talk on my stories. Like it scares me to death. And I was like, oh, well then I'm going to challenge you to do that every day. That's how it rolls, right? And guess who is like, are you killing it now? Like that girl talks every day with her stories like at her face. And I feel like it's really fun to watch. People just, it seems silly, like she said, but people love it. It's crazy. So way to go, Kimberly.
You would think like after doing this for 3.5 years, like there are certain things that you would just get over. Guys, we all have fears. And it sucked that Christy's like, oh, really? Okay, well, guess what? This is what you need to do. And I was like flipping her off and calling her names, because it literally gave me like major butt pucker factor. Like I still, guys, when I get on there, I am so uncomfortable, but I'm doing it. I'm stretching myself. We're trying to figure it out.
And you're getting more comfortable, aren't you? I feel like I see you.
Yeah, I am.
Comfortable. Well, then you're faking it really good, because you look so
I
good.
still have major butt pucker factor. I'm still squeezing as I'm talking, but it's fine. We're getting better.
I love it. You're so cute. Yes, and there are things, you guys, this brings us to our next point that we're going to talk about. So far, do you guys have notes that say, oh, nuggets, it changed to the wrong text. It's, hold on. Okay, your notes say your why, your list, going silver, posting, right? We're going to touch on a couple more things, and then we'll end this. Hopefully by 10:05 is the latest. We'll be done, okay? But I want to just say there are things that I still mess up. Do you know that? Like, you don't have to be perfect at this. You won't be perfect at this. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. I make mistakes every day of my life. Like in my business, every day I'm like, oh, my bad. Like, whoops. Okay, you're going to make mistakes. That's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. We learn, we move forward, keep taking action. There's things I'm still working on. It is still a stretch for me to post consistently. That's always been my thing. It's just, I wasn't a huge, like, consistent social media person before PLEXUS. I would post when I wanted to, but I wasn't like a consistent, right? So that's something I'm still working on, and you'll have things like that as well. That's okay. All right, we're gonna touch really quickly on mindset. How many of you know mindset is 99% of this deal? 99%. I'm not messing around. What we do is simple. We ask people if they're open to learn about PLEXUS. When they say yes, we say, awesome. Here's my experience. I'll share with you quickly how these products work, and then we'll see if you want to do it or not. Like, that is literally what we do. What we do is simple, but it's not always easy because of the space in between our ears, right? Here's the best advice I can give you. Nothing is personal. Nothing. If someone laughs at you and says, you're doing a network marketing business, bless your heart, it's not about you. It's about them. When I used to laugh at people that did network marketing, it was about me. It wasn't about them. I really did used to. I still laugh about it. Like, what? You guys, but just know, write this in huge letters across your paper. Don't take anything personally. It's not about you. Okay? The good stuff, like, neutralize it. Yes, the good stuff is exciting, but it's not as exciting as you think it is, because we're humans, right? And the stuff that you think is so devastating, it's not as devastating as you think. Like, try to neutralize that, because it really isn't about you. When people are negative, and not even negative, when people respond different ways, it's not about you. It's about their experience. So the best thing that I can tell you is build your belief every day. Write it. Build my belief every single day. There are podcasts that we love. And if you print out that beginner's guide, day 1 has some resources for great books, great podcasts, YouTube videos. Build your belief every day. Find some people that you love in PLEXUS and follow them on YouTube. Brooke Hemingway, Emily Gibson. I have stuff that I've put up. I'm going to get more intentional with that because I get that feedback that people want more videos. And I'm like, what? Like me? Really? Okay. I'll do more videos. Like, cool. Find people that you love and you love their vibe. There's tons of diamonds, tons of emeralds and sapphires that have awesome vibes. Follow them on social media. Follow them on YouTube. Look for their videos. Seek out. If you don't know what to listen to build your belief that day, go in on one of our chats and say, who should I listen to today? Does anybody have a good podcast? Go into Synergy PLEXUS Builders and type #SynergySpark. #SynergySpark. That is team calls. It's good meditations. It's really good videos that we love. You'll find tons of good content. 10 minutes a day. Who's committed to build your belief in yourself for 10 minutes a day? Raise it. 10 minutes. Guys, as you are consistent with this, it will move the needle. Your mindset will start to grow. Your comfort zone will start to grow. You'll feed your mind and your heart with good, truthful messages that help when those people say, oh, hey, you're doing network marketing. You can go, okay, cool. Like I used to do the same thing. Not about me. I'm going to listen to my truth and I'm going to feed my mind and my heart with these messages that feel uplifting. Okay. Build your belief in yourself. Build the belief in products. Go to Sockety Plexus Health or Sparking Plexus Health. If you're struggling with your belief in the products, scroll through, find some live videos, find some product information, build your belief in the products, build your belief in the business. That's the third one. Do you guys all know about the diamond documentaries that we have? Okay, if you don't know, go into Synergy Plexus Builders, type in diamond documentaries. There's a list. When you hit diamond, Kevin Mitchell, who we adore, comes to your house and he does a documentary about your life so that they can put it together and they can put these out and show people there's every shape and size of diamond. Like there is not one size fits all. So many different people can be successful at this. So if you catch yourself comparing and going, oh, I'm not as like spastic as Christy is. Maybe I really can't do this. No, there's people that are calmer that are diamonds. Like, or I'm not as smooth as Brooke Hemingway. Cool. There's a million people that are like you that are diamonds. So go watch a diamond documentary. Even if you just put it on while you get ready, put on like something, I always put on something spiritual, but put a diamond documentary in your ears. Build that belief in the business opportunity. So the 3 pillars of belief: build belief in yourself every day, 10 minutes, not negotiable, okay? Build belief in the products. Build belief in the business opportunity every single day. Nacho Libre. That's it. Kimberly, take it away.
Okay. How am I supposed to like follow after that? Okay, so real quick, I just want to touch on a couple things: reach outs and follow-ups. So when you are reaching out to people, we talked about making that list. The worst thing that you can do is give them a 3-paragraph introduction to PLEXUS, right? So I always tell people when they're starting especially is just keep it short. Be yourself and be genuine, and you can't go wrong. And like Christy said, we've all sent a wrong message, but you can't send a wrong message really, because when people are ready and people love you for you, it's going to be fine because you're being genuine. So, just tell them, hey, I've been taking some supplements that have like changed my life. Would you be willing to hear about them? Like you can keep it that sweet, short. I always say like use the KISS method, which is keep it short and sweet, or keep it short, stupid, whatever you want to say. So you want to make sure that if people are interested, get them into our 3-day sample groups. We have one starting next week, and they're in our IPA challenge today in Synergy Plexus Builders. There were actually, it talks about different personalities. So in that day 2 of the IPA challenge, it talks about different personalities, and you can like look at, oh, if my friend's a blue personality and is really super fun, how could I message her and get her in that group? There is verbiage right there. Change that verbiage to the way that you would speak, but it's there and it's simple, and that will help get people into those 3-day challenges. Because when you can get people into those 3-day challenges, when you can educate them, when you can get that you know, like where I was talking about like reaching out 7 to 12 times, when you can get that tap again, they're going to be more likely to join. So the 3-day challenge is coming up. And then I would just get into our IPA challenges this week. They are so good. I'm loving this IPA challenge. When you do these things, when you do those reach outs, you will have people starting the products. And then the other thing is follow-ups. As you start to get people to silver, and as you start to enroll people, what we have really learned over the last 3.5 years is follow-ups are key to preventing people from falling off. So you want to make sure that, especially the first month, reach out to them weekly. Like after they join, reach out to them the week after and say, did you get your products? Let me tell you how to take them. And then a week after that, check in. How you feeling? How are you liking the taste of the pink drink? They're probably not going to be feeling a ton differently, but just like reiterating the importance of, you know, drinking enough water, trying to take sugar out of your diet, try to move your body 20 minutes a day, just like reiterating those things, that is going to help them be more successful, which is going to help your business be more successful. So make sure that you're doing your follow-ups. And then just remember, guys, like I said, this business is all about building relationships. Every time you reach out to someone, it does not have to be about PLEXUS. It can be about a post that you just saw their kid won state championship football, whatever. Just message them and say, hey, I saw that they won. Congratulations. Like, it's just about building relationships. It's just about building trust. And that's all this business is, really.
I love it, Kimberly. And guys, we have so many awesome videos about these things. We're kind of just breezing over them to give you a package deal. But if you want more, go to Synergy Plexus Builders and type in follow-up. Like, there's tons of videos, lives. We've done so much great training over the last 3.5 years. Use and abuse Synergy Plexus Builders. If you feel stuck, go in there, put in the search bar, whatever it is that you're struggling with. You're going to find tons of great content to help you overcome whatever it is that you are facing. Okay, really quick, I want to just throw a little plug in. Who's working for Kona? Anybody? Okay, listen to me right now. If you think that you can't do it, you are dead wrong. Remember me talking about the pennies? If you don't have the results that you want right now, if you don't have the enrollments, talk. Oh my gosh, Chantel, I think I just earned it. I love you. Holy cow. Okay, if you are not having the results that you want, you don't have enough enrollments, what do you need to do? It's very simple. There's more pennies in that bucket. Pour out your bucket and start sorting more. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Talk to more people. You increase the activity, you will get more results. It's just the way it is, okay? You want to go to Kona? Guess what? You can do it. Kimberly and I had a Kona carrot called Leaders Retreat 3 years ago. Emily was like, Christy, you are 36 enrollments away from qualifying for Leaders Retreat. I was like, what's Leaders Retreat? I was so new and I was like, I don't even care. Like, I just want my family to not worry about money. I don't care about the trips. That's how I started, right? I don't need it. I'm good, right? But I was like, but what if? And Kimberly was brand new. I reached out to her and I said, babe, if you get 18 enrollments and I get 18 in the next 2 weeks, we can go to Leaders Retreat. I'll bring you as my guest and we'll earn it together. Are you in? And she was like, heck yes, let's do it. We each got 18 enrollments in 2 weeks. Guys, that didn't happen by sitting there learning about follow-up. We're telling you this fast and furiously because it's simple. Like, go do the work, right? Work on your mindset, follow up, do the things, pour out your bucket, talk to more people, sort the responses. You will get bigger results as you talk to more people, okay? So I wanted to throw that out there. Do not give up on Kona. Use these things we're talking about and apply it to your Kona run and you will make it happen. Okay, vision. Do you know that there's this thing called moment of impossibility? Right now, maybe your goal is emerald. Maybe you're brand new and you're like, dude, holy cow. If I could get a 6-figure income with PLEXUS and a free Lexus and a free trip to Hawaii, oh, for me and my husband, like, I can't even imagine. That would be so amazing. Guess what? That can happen. And guess what? As you achieve that, you're going to be like, oh, it's normal. So many people earn Hawaii. Your normal bar raises and you're like, oh, it's normal. Everybody makes 6 figures. It's normal. Lexuses are everywhere. What you think is possible right now is so much lower than what is actually possible. Once you hit emerald, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I can do diamond. Like, wouldn't that be so cool if I could go on the diamond trip and have like a income of like $500,000 a year? Like, oh, can you even imagine? Guess what? You're going to hit that. And then you're going to be like, oh, everybody makes this kind of money. Like, so many people are this successful. It's just normal. The reason I'm telling you that, it's so important for you to have vision. And I want to cast a vision for you and tell you what you're dreaming of, your beginning. Bless you. We talked about the why. That will come to fruition as you continue to take action day after day, day after day, day after day. You work on your mindset every single day, and you fall down and you scrape your knee and you cry yourself to sleep some nights, and you get up and you just keep going. Like, you just keep taking action, keep sharing your heart. You're going to realize these dreams and be like, well, now I'm emerald. Like, what? I never thought this was, like, I can't even imagine that I'm here. Then you're going to be working toward diamond and you're going to do that. I'm telling you this because I've actually lived it. It's called the moment of impossibility. When you reach a goal and you go, oh my gosh, I never thought I could do that. It's called a moment of impossibility, right? And then you set another goal and you say, oh my gosh, but what if I could have dozens of jewels on my team? What if I could set all these people financially free? You better freaking believe that's going to happen on this team, because we are doing it like right now. So what I want you to know is that this is just the beginning. I want you to believe that what you want to happen can happen. It is not a moment of impossibility. What you want to create is possible. It's so possible, guys. These are the secrets. There's no secrets. Like, this is it. And I want you to know that it's totally within your reach. Whatever that why is for you, whatever's important to you, is totally possible, and you are walking it out right now. The moments when you go, oh my gosh, everyone's quitting. Oh my gosh, like, is anyone ever going to start building with me? I'm just alone. Guys, we all had those same thoughts. Just keep showing up. And I'll give you a little tip. When you have passion and you have conviction and you are committed as hell, you are committed. You are not like, well, we'll see how this goes. I don't really need PLEXUS because my husband makes a lot of money and blah, blah, blah. And like, or I don't really need PLEXUS because blah, blah, blah. Like, that stinks. So if you want to get better results, commit. Commit. Be all in. And you will start to attract the things that you want to create. I'm just telling you right now, commitment is magnetic. People can feel it and they can't stay away. So commit, make it easier on yourself. Okay, Kimberly.
Amen. Seriously, that's all I have to say. Amen. I'm like over here, like in a Christian church, shaking my head and amen, amen. Guys, I just want to just say a couple things, and it's basically exactly what Christy just said. This is all about being consistent, showing up every single day and doing the work. And sometimes it's not fun. Right? Sometimes you don't want to do it. Sometimes there's some serious fears behind it, but we know that when you take action, you get rid of fear. And we know that when you take action and you're consistent, things start changing. So the biggest thing, I mean, Christy and I have had, the only thing different between us right now and you guys, we've probably had a few more no's. That's it. Every single day we do the exact same thing you do. Because we know that action is how we're going to build our business. We can't sit there and wait for it to happen. You have to get in, you have to do the work, you have to reach out to people, you have to build relationships, and it will happen. So be consistent. Like, consistency is the magic. It's really that simple. Not saying it's simple, but just being consistent will change everything for you.
I love it. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love you. We honor that you would take time. You're amazing. We can do this. Mwah! Kisses and hugs. Good night, everyone.